Hi everyone, it's Jen from Mind's Eye, and we're gonna do the February 2025 astrology for the water signs. So I hate to say it that you know, they can't get a lot of things done because they're really not well. They really are, as far as health, recovering from flu and pneumonia and other things that are going on. But in reality, you have to say that is true. That is true. So when we say that, you actually have to be like quite hard on yourselves a little bit, the water signs. So when you actually balance yourself out, you have to actually do it well. Do it well. You must use your instinct and your intuition to have it all. So when we actually say it, you must see how well it will be. It's like conversations that are actually in the future that you're just not like this bird flu really is hitting hard where it balances in imbalances a lot of things. So when you actually go and you see it, you can't even bear it at all. You can't even bear it. I mean, literally the water signs, you can't even see it at all. So now with that being said, look, it, it's hard. It really is hard. So on a photo, you're gonna feel like you need the mob to get you in and get you out of the hospital because there's armed guards. But when I see this golden egg and it's rooted in light, literally it means that you can't. It's almost like grandiose. So when your balances and your energies are all off kilter, you're not gonna get anything done. You're here, you're there, you're here, you're there, you're here, you're there, you're here. Now, when you say that and you go and you shoot and you do a boo, you're like, it literally is the ghost of Christmas past that came in that can't even do it done. It, and you say, look at you've got your bills that are not right and you haven't paid your bills. Well, I've been sick. But also too, what's reality? Reality is that some of them may not be able to get the proper care that they need. So when you look at it as a whole thing and you do it piece by piece, you literally are like doing this, like, I'm not lying, I'm not lying, I'm not lying at all. And then it goes, it can't even do a shocker. It can't even do a shocker whatsoever. When it goes and it flows well because of Orion, that you can't even do a belt to a belt away to get to the panhandle. Water flows easily on air, but it is a block up of a freeze to a solidarity, to a solidifier. So when you actually go and you get the filler, you can't even do anything. You must get an air filter. You must get a lot of things. Ah, literally. Literally. So, how to balance yourself in February water signs. You have to go and push yourself a little harder. You have to go out and try to do a walk. You have to try to get outside. You have to pace yourself on all forms of your daily life. Now, when it comes to relationships, all is almost like a done. But let's look at the cards. Let's look at the cards. It's gonna come in quick, whatever you're looking for. This is something that a lot of people are in agreement with, especially with the water signs. There's something about service that they still have to get done of a lot of things. So when it comes to the mothership and this card, you look at it at the dock and it's looking at sunset. It means what else can you actually set your sun down to? Because when you sit here and you look at telepathy, he has to do a do. He has to do a do. So when you go in here and you actually see it and you do a lot of things, like what word popped in your head? What did it all? Now, when I look at this, when I see my rope, the constellations, as far as astrology, are going to come in more because of the wolf moon, but the cold moon, but that is at the worm moon. Nobody knows anything on how this is going to be well. But in reality, you go, there's something about them that's catered to. Now, when you actually go in and when you see star centers, water signs, you can't sue anything. You're going to hear it. It's going to come in through communication transmissions. But it's a dolphin play. And when I'm looking at it, that we're still highly affected with the current events where it is a standstill. Sometimes it's okay not to flow. When you actually go and you see Pakal's tomb in this, it is a type of ruins that you must sit alone with the moon in February. You're going to literally connect a little bit more to yourself, but just a little bit. Not how like a lot of people can say it's not hard and fast. You have to be gentle to yourself. Always remember that when you are tuning yourself to your own self, it is at your own pace. So you have to be a little creative if you want to do an escalate through. So when I actually look at Ashtar and I'm looking at this wolf and I'm seeing a type of flow through of a wanting to hunt, you can't see it hunting. You have to use your imagination. What is hunting? What is flowing towards you? Because you saw it and it's a mathematical issue. But really go and talk to the ones that you love. That's planetary guardian. Again, this keeps coming up the song of your soul. And you have to say, what is the frequency and the hertz that you have to balance yourself to? All right. Well, let's look at this. All right, Six of Swords. This is coming in as a stale in all forms of the spelling that you can't even see it. But there was something of a talk still that's going to affect the water signs when we talk about the plane and the way that the lines come in and the way that Saturn actually comes in and is surrounded by Neptune energy and that feels like a Mercury retrograde. So the Seven of Cups goes, it's almost like a grandiose thought because it is hidden motives of ill. The Six of Pentacles is a good deal on the offering, but literally say it true. Literally say it true. The Knight of Pentacles is a good young offering, like it's so solid when that Knight of Pentacles comes through for the water signs that has a completion, while the fire signs are still trying to figure out how to get it done. So the Six of Cups says this is something that you have been through before. That is a part of no justice to ill justice and reverse. But the Four of Wands says there is this type of celebration that must be due. So when you actually look at everything, there's quite dishonor that you can't even do it. The Seven of Wands is truly going to come in on a nasty. And I hear tap, 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 tap. Be diligent. Get yourself into a routine now. Little here, little there. If you got to write it down, you got to put it on a calendar, then you must do. Lastly, with this card is the Celestial Weaver. It really comes in as what you pick up on as you sleep because energy flows through, especially at night. Now, the energy of this deck is the Four of Swords, which is absolute unrest, especially around the 28th. All right. Let's look at the Star Seed Oracle. All right. There's a reason why you must be at rest. There's soul gifts and training, and it was a time to step up. When I see the messenger and I see the serious energy and bringing harmony and balance, it has a type of frequency and hertz that has to. So when you are someone who is not really spiritual and you're tuning into frequency and hertz, how do you get your balance back? It actually is to a gate. So when I actually look to it, to the highest point, is that you are going to survive whatever flows through in February. There's new solutions and beginnings, and you have to be creative. It seems to be the actual theme. All of them are coming through. You have to soften yourself to anger because of conflict of being sick. You have to face your true north. Sometimes you got to be a little quirky and a little weird up to a cantankerous to get the job done, even on rest mode. So, with that being said, that's all I have to say. Any questions or concerns, leave an email or a comment in the box. And then like, shares, and that is all I have to say. And we will talk to you soon.